Today in American history. On May 17, 1792, 24 merchants came together and formed the New York Stock Exchange. The history of the New York Stock Exchange begins with the signing of the Buttonwood Agreement by 24 New York City stockbrokers and merchants outside at 68 Wall Street under a buttonwood tree on May 17, 1792. In the beginning, there were only 5 securities being traded in New York City, with the first listed company on the New York Stock Exchange being the Bank of New York. May 17, 1864. The Battle of Adairsville, Georgia. This battle is also known as the Battle of Cassville, which was a skirmish of the Atlanta campaign fought during the American Civil War, where the Union forces forced the Confederates to retreat. May 17, 1884. Alaska becomes a U.S. territory known as the District of Alaska. On May 17, 1932, the U.S. Congress changes Puerto Rico to Puerto Rico. Originally populated by the indigenous Taino people, Puerto Rico was colonized by Spain following the arrival of Christopher Columbus in 1493. In 1898, the United States acquired Puerto Rico through the Treaty of Paris, which was signed by Spain and the United States on December 10, 1898. That ended the Spanish-American War and changed its name to Puerto Rico. This name was used by the U.S. government and private enterprises. The name was changed back to Puerto Rico by a joint resolution in Congress introduced by Felix Cordova de Villa. May 17, 1973. The televised hearings of the Watergate scandal hearing began in the United States Senate, involving then-President Richard Nixon, which led to his resignation. On May 17, 1980, a major race riot in Dade County, Miami, Florida ensued, following the acquittal of 4 officers after the death of Arthur McDuffie, a black salesman and former Marine. 16 people were killed and over 300 were injured. In 1981, the Dade County paid McDuffie's family a $1.1 million civil lawsuit settlement. May 17, 1987. The Iran-Iraq War. An Iraqi Dassault Mirage F-1 fighter jet fires 2 missiles into the U.S. Navy warship USS Stark, which was a part of the Middle East Task Force assigned to patrol off the Saudi Arabian coast. 37 crew members were killed and 21 were injured. The ship did not sink though. Instead, it sailed and arrived in Bahrain the next day. The ship was temporarily repaired by the destroyer tender USS Acadia before setting sail from Mayport Naval Station in Florida, which was the ship's home port. On May 17, 2015, a deadly shootout erupted at a Twin Peaks restaurant between rival biker gangs and police in Waco, Texas. More than 200 individuals from motorcycle clubs had gathered for a meeting. 18 Waco police officers and 4 state troopers had also gathered to monitor the restaurant and the meeting from outside. According to law enforcement, they were shot at and returned fire. 9 bikers were killed and 18 were injured in the incident. 177 were arrested for organized crime and involvement with the shooting. However, after 4 years, it resulted in no convictions.